What do you got going on here?
What kind of contraption is this?
I mean, it's the basement of horrors, so welcome to it.
It is stained red by the blood of our haters.
Of our haters.
Wow. All right.
We only have one curtain stained with it? Oh, two. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, we're going for a real 70s vibe.
Just trying to spruce the place up, man.
Yeah.
The avocado was getting old. We had to bring some color and some new life. If you find anything with a hull set pickup pole, you need to call me.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to your Thursday episode of the CAMcast.
Woohoo!
Second show. Second show.
Second show.
Second show.
All right, stop.
Anytime somebody says stop, I want to know if it's in the name of love, if it's hammer time, or if I should collaborate and listen.
I mean, I want you to collaborate and listen on this
It's
one.
always collaborate and listen.
I mean, for the purview, when we're here doing this, it's always going to be collaborate and listen.
Damn it.
You like your fox bodies. It's collaborate and listen.
Rolling in my 3.8 with the rag top down so the girlies can hate.
Anyway, so...
The man who is rolling in the rental special. It is Professor of the Ghetto Arts, your mine and our Uncle Radical, perhaps maybe Clockwork Dave? We'll see what the Instagram poll says.
I'm going to
Not
push for
feeling it.
this.
Okay. All right. We'll see. We'll put it in your hands.
Yeah, it's up on Instagram, everybody. It's on our story. So,
Indeed.
well, it will have passed, so by the time you hear this, it may very well be Clockwork Dave or just Professor Dave.
That's okay. I'm going to stick with Professor regardless of what you assholes call me.
Professor Clockwork Dave?
Damn.
Shit.
I like Professor Clockwork.
He likes clockwork and professors.
Clockwork Professor?
I am never early, nor am I ever late. I arrive precisely when I mean to.
Okay.
Well, so far it's a 100% no on Clockwork Dave, but I'm the only one who's voted so far, so...
I'm going to vote.
He's
Damn.
currently submarining the poll. He is the shadowy billionaire, Trent from Sandy.
Ahoy hoy.
And the man currently righting the ship, slowly getting through our story. It is the
Come
one
on.
and only Gavin Picar.
Here we go.
The star of those many stories before that one.
That and like an 81 Ford Crown Vic LTD. And we are joined by a man who, I mean, I'm surprised he hasn't had an 81 Crown Vic LTD.
Well, there was that one time.
What's
Well,
up
we'll
at
get
camp?
we'll get to that one time. It is Derek Edginton.
Yes, the actual shadowy billionaire.
Probably.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's what we're just going to refer to you as from now on.
There you go.
I was going to call you the Cocaine Cowboy, but apparently that name's taken.
Hey, you want Cocaine Cowboys on the table? I'll go with that.
No, Trent, we're stripping you of your shadowy billionaire status. We're giving it to Derek.
He's deserving of it. He has a white-on-white Lamborghini. I mean, there's only so much I can compete against.
How many glossy flat surfaces are in that car?
All of them.
Okay.
There we go.
Every surface.
Tells me exactly what I needed to know.
And because this car is a product of the era, it legit has Coke
Wait,
mirrors.
we were talking about this while you were off putting a sticker on Gavin's car.
Yeah.
The car did come out of Miami. I mean,
yeah.
it is.
Oh, yeah,
it
no.
is
This thing is
everything.
legit Miami Vice, Grand
Yes.
Theft Auto Vice City.
Yeah.
Like,
No, like
It
with-
is the cocaine cowboy for sure.
Well, no, even
Beautiful.
better. Like you flip down the little sun visors and you pull out the Coke
Right.
mirror, and it's
Right.
just. I mean, yeah.
Are you going to Radwood this year? Do you know what Radwood is?
I know what Radwood is. I was
Okay.
invited to it last year.
Okay.
I didn't have any plans on going.
Okay,
I do a lot of out of town stuff, so
sure.
more time at home the better.
Yeah.
It does look like a lot of fun. I do want to hit it one time.
We're going to try to go down in December in
Yeah.
LA. So we're going to
We have.
see what happens there.
Yeah, let me know in December. We'll see what happens.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Well, there we go. Well, before we get going too far on this, we are sponsored by Steady Broke Clothing.
yeah, steadybroke.com. Go check them out. I got a Depresso t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
You got a dad hat too, don't you?
I've got pretty much everything that they have.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
right on.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately living that ramen life, so you know,
Well, but you
I'm
are
doing-
wearing your Broke AF t-shirt,
it's because it's what I am.
and so are you, Trent.
And I've actually got news from Tommy this week. He sent you out a Depresso shirt.
Yes.
So you are getting one.
Sweet.
Yes, excellent. Now I have more. I have yet another black T-shirt to throw in the rotation. But yeah, just because you're broke doesn't mean you can't live your dreams. Head over to steadybroke.com, put a bunch of stuff in your cart, like, you know, a Depresso shirt or, you know, a little crop T-shirt. because it is summertime.
Indeed,
Yes.
you got to look cute. Got to
Cropped
let
up.
that hamburger meat out.
Yeah, damn right. And use CamAuto15 at checkout. Save yourself 15% on your entire order.
Boom, there it is.
Yep.
Just because you're broke doesn't mean you can't live your dreams.
SteadyBroke.com. SteadyBroke on all social media. Follow Tommy on his misadventures on tour.
Indeed.
Yep. And while you're on the internet spending money, head over.
CamAutoMag.myshopify.com.
We're
Yes.
fat guy friendly.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed, we are. 3XL.
Yeah.
Spend more money.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
There we go.
We just want to cater to our audience.
We know what we're about.
We know everybody else that is
We-
Look,
selling their merch.
Look,
They
we're
only go up to
9
XLs.
we're 9 years in the red. Let's try and make year 10 be in the black.
We see you out there, fellas. We know what kind of life you're living.
Indeed.
It's a life of meat and tube form and gout. So,
Damn. That was poignant.
Wow.
that's hitting home for way too many people. And I'm
Damn.
sorry. But, yeah, we got...
It is not a representation of our products, though, because
No.
they are very high quality.
Yes, they are. We've got people... I have people legit hitting me up for shirts every time I go out.
That's
when they
great.
see
Really?
me.
Which
Yes.
is great.
Yes, so I just point them to camautomag.myshopify.com, and
Boom.
they pick up some stuff. Like Austin Kent picked up the limited edition black and white shirt. Sammer Catan, a Spec Z racer out in Nassau, Utah, he's got the limited edition black and white shirt. Dan Chelinsky, super fan, picked up a dad T-shirt.
Yes, our absent pizza dad.
Yes, a man who's been banned from this podcast. I'm banning him officially. All right. He hasn't gone missing. We just banned him. Perhaps next week we'll lift it, but right now he's been banned.
That's right.
Yes.
Yep. But, yeah, we also have phone cases.
Yeah, I've got an iPhone X cover. Like, I honestly was half expecting some, chintzy clear plastic POS, and it's actually better than the phone case I spent $30 on when I bought this thing.
There we go.
So, definitely go get one. We can get them for, S7, S8, S9. You get
Soon.
the iPhone X, the 8,
All
the 7,
the
the 6.
iPhones,
All the
pretty much,
iPhones.
yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, so go check it out. See if, your phone is on that list. And grab one.
Yeah.
So,
And we also have, currently, Gavin is wearing the new logo hat.
Yes.
yes,
Indeed.
you are.
Yeah.
And I actually just put the new logo sticker on the Fozzie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stickers are something you can only get if you see one of us in person, though.
And I
We gotta
actually
keep
am
that
holding
super limited.
not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 in my hand right now.
There you
so,
go.
Come at me.
Yep. Go find Gavin. Anyway.
Nobody wants to find Gavin.
No one does.
Aw.
We're not going to get depressing like last episode.
Existence
No.
is pain.
And anyway,
Yeah.
I'm supposed to throw a random question at you at this
Yes,
point
you
in
are.
time. And I think I have one.
Okay.
If you were, and this is to everyone, so Derek, feel free to chime in on this. We touched on this briefly before we started recording. But if you were to only watch one automotive YouTuber the rest of your life, who would it be? Gavin's raising his hand because he's in school, apparently.
I'm trying to be nice.
He's
God
courteous.
Damn.
Jesus.
Get
Some-
fucked.
Chivalry's dead, all right? Go.
Fuck.
That's not chivalry,
Yeah.
you idiot.
That's called being a decent person.
God damn.
You don't know what our courtship is.
I don't want to know. I mean,
You just won't understand.
it's Pride Month, and I'm proud for you guys. Live your life. Live your truth. But, I don't need to hear the details.
Well, okay, so I've been watching Matt Farah for 10 years now.
Okay.
So I think it's pretty easy for me just to keep on watching his shit,
I mean, for good reason.
right? I've actually been going back and watching his Smoking Tire podcast. Like, they do videos of that, and they actually do live streams and stuff on YouTube. And so, yeah, probably Farah, honestly. As much as the friends that I have that are vloggers and everyday driver that, they ultimately changed my life. But it's just easier to keep on watching Smoking Tire stuff.
Okay.
For me.
Solid answer.
Nice.
I've tried watching Matt Farah more than one time. It just does not work for me.
Yeah, I'm
That guy,
with
I
you.
cannot
I don't.
stand.
I
Like
don't
in,
like
in
him.
podcast form or in one take form? Because he has like a lot of different flavors. I guess.
Just anytime he posts on YouTube, it's like, oh man, this is a really cool car. I want to watch it. And then 30 seconds in, like, I'm done.
Like the one takes are like kind of hard to watch if you're not like really into that because it's just two GoPros and him giving impressions immediately of a
it's
car.
him though. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's not really the format. It's just the guy.
Really?
Yeah,
I think it's just because I've been watching it for like such a long time.
Well, then perhaps you would be excited to know that the one takes are no longer done by Matt Farah.
Yeah, they're done by Zach Clapman, who is the other like main guy at Smoking Tire.
You should have said Zach De La Roche. Then I'd have been excited.
That would
Right?
be great.
Grilling in the name of.
Damn.
Wow.
I would have been happy.
Yeah. Anyway, who else wants to chime in with that?
I mean, I'm a big fan of Noriaro.
Oh,
That's a fun
Yeah.
channel to watch.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you don't know.
I
Yeah.
subscribe to him too.
Yeah. No, Alexei, he's an Australia dude living in Japan now.
Been there just over 10 years now.
Yeah.
10
so,
or 11 years.
yeah, he's got the beer can Skyline, an R32 drift missile that he constantly keeps breaking.
Which is honestly my favorite car to drive in Assetto Corsa. I'm just saying. I've got that car package.
Well, it's because they're so like
Bunch of drift
packaged and like composed so well.
It's
Yeah,
true.
Another
They're
good-
balanced.
Another good Australian would be Daniel O'Grady, right?
Yeah.
With Wasabi Cars. That's a good one
there
to
you
watch.
go. There you go. I follow Inertia MS, Inertia Motorsports. The guys from Australia, Stewie Bryant, one of the craziest drifters I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool.
So, what would be your one though?
My one,
Yeah, you can only watch one for the rest of your life. Who's it going to be?
just the one.
Tavares.
Wow.
Wow.
Movie.
Man, I don't know. I'm gonna have to think on that one for a second.
Okay, well, you've got a second.
Dr. Muro.
Oh.
Well, so
God.
That's Trent's answer, actually.
No.
Well,
really?
His shtick's gotten old to me.
yeah.
when you say one YouTuber, do you mean just like a person, or could it
A
be
channel.
A channel?
A
Okay.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Well, then I know
Well, I
my
think-
answer.
Okay.
Okay.
1320 video.
Really?
Because
Okay.
I'm a drag whore.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't
End
know.
of the day, that's what it is. Street cars,
Uh,
drag cars. That's my thing.
Yeah, I think I might have to change mine because I was operating. It just had to be like
A person?
Yeah, a
Okay.
person. I think I'm going to keep watching the Hoonigans.
Yeah.
just because they've.
Donut Garage.
Yeah, I mean, they've
Well, just the Hoonigan channel.
yeah, just the Hoonigan channel.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Got all
Gotcha.
sorts of stuff going on.
yeah, they've split it up into so much like different things.
They've
so-
got so many different things going on. Yeah, so much different content. Yeah, you're
And
right.
now
You're
Motor
right.
Trend
Okay.
isn't
I'll
really
give you
doing
that.
stuff on YouTube
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that is true.
and IMSA's not posting any sweet races from the mid '80s anymore. So
Lame.
Man.
Who's it going to be for you, Derek?
I don't know. Does that have to be car related, or is it just anybody?
Yeah, automotive related.
Automotive related.
I want to hear not car related too.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
I want to take a peek
man.
into your dark, twisted, deep
Oh,
fantasies.
it's nothing like that. Car related. I don't know. It's really tough. Like we've mentioned all the good ones. I think so, and all the not so good ones. But it probably would be Daniel O'Grady. I try to watch a lot of his stuff.
Okay.
Right on.
But the old Japanese cars, they always kind of call to me too. So that'd be great. But I mean, not car related. Probably like Simone Gertz or
Okay.
you know who she is. Like she builds the stupid robots and smacks herself in the face all the time.
Nice.
Cool.
Her
Nice.
or Scott Manley, because he does video games as well
Yeah.
as like science based stuff. So
Yeah.
Cool.
space travel, things like that. It's pretty awesome.
So I think my answer is actually the same for both, because only like probably 52% of his content is automotive related. But Yoon Olsen, the professional skier,
Oh, yeah.
who also happens to have awesome cars,
Yeah.
recently sold an RS6, has a G550 4x4 squared that he chopped the roof off of.
Of course he did.
Yes.
Because
But-
when you've got fuck you money,
Yeah.
He doesn't even just have fuck you money. Like he has that and like an imagination.
so
But-
what I would do,
Yeah.
If you gave a shit about supercars, yeah.
No,
I don't know. If I had the money for supercars, I might actually consider giving a shit about them.
Yeah, I
Interesting.
think,
But yes,
Interesting.
yeah. Remember that thing I said about I want to see Dave with money, but that's also the last thing I want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's because of that.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could very well turn into just the raging douchebag everybody likes to hate.
Are
Yeah.
you not already?
Yes, but on a budget level.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's a fairly low rent douchebag.
Indeed.
Continuation of Tax the Rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, why is that
Yes.
not still a thing? That
he
was
used
a
up all
thing.
his cars. Oh, he got found out is what it was. He got
Oh.
found out it was his dad's stuff, his dad's cars.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh,
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Hey
that's-
Billy,
Ouch.
hey Billy, why is there all sorts of mud underneath my EB110? Why is the Enzo just chewed to shit?
And don't say the help did it.
Wow.
Damn.
Zing.
So did you come up with your one?
What?
Yeah, I just said my one. It was
Yeah.
a 1320 video.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
I'm
like,
slow.
Are
That's
you still,
okay.
It's all right.
Do you want to hear like non-correlated stuff now, or you just want to like keep?
Sure.
You want to keep
Let's do
asking
it.
Dave to repeat 1320 video?
Dave, what's your one?
1320
automotive?
video.
Okay.
Okay.
1320 video.
What's
1320
okay.
video. Actually, no. I like
Street
watching.
Speed 717.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No. Wow. No.
Cool. Alrighty.
I actually don't. God, it's
He
sad to
is
say,
a
but
GM
I don't-
fanboy, so
well,
you might
yeah.
like that LS.
I actually no. I do watch a lot of his videos.
Okay.
Though. I don't know. I actually think I subscribe. He just actually shows up in a lot of the
Ah,
stuff
gotcha.
I watch. But
Gotcha.
YouTube
But
knows
no,
all.
the not automotive related stuff. I actually follow the Swiss Beatbox channel
Okay.
because they do a lot of the super cool like beatbox stuff, and that's something I'm kind of into. So
Nice.
I will never do it for you,
But you
but
know,
I'm into it,
Boots
and
and
I
cats
can.
and boots and cats
You-
and boots and cats and boots and cats.
You took my follow-up question, so
Oh, okay.
Well,
Well,
damn and
will you
blast.
do it?
I would need like a loop station and an effects pedal and stuff like that, and then I could do some pretty badass things for you.
We
But
don't.
Well, I mean, if you keep buying shirts, people, we can make this happen.
holy shit! If you guys want to hear me make a mockery of myself with a microphone and a loop station, just go ahead and buy some stuff.
I'm gonna buy some of our own stuff now, just so I can hear this.
Why don't you just cut out the middleman and just like start putting money on the table?
I mean, wow!
I mean,
Like I get whoa.
He
that-
literally
whoa.
put money on the table.
That is a
All right.
massive wallet.
Yes.
I know all
Yes,
it is. It's just
it is
full
the
of
Costanza.
yeah,
it is full of plastic things that say you're broke. I get it. I'm
Pretty
in the
much.
same boat.
Pretty much. A lot of rewards cards.
yeah.
Honestly, I bet I have more money in my
There
wallet
there
than you
is some
do.
cash.
Don't.
There is some cash.
Don't, Trent. If you just see a flyer for guitar lessons, don't pull. Don't take it.
Oh, I got too much money in there to actually say on air. So.
I mean, you
Wow.
guys see my
Wow, Mr. Moneybags over here.
you guys see my
What, you
wallet.
think
I
you're
always
better
have it
than
out
me?
here. Oh, look at this! Look at this!
It
It's
is-
terrible.
It's not that much. It's like $100, but it's
Oh,
more
yeah.
than I usually carry on me. So
Well, if you want to do
I
some,
have exactly $100 on me. How about that?
Have you
sweet.
seen,
Yeah,
there's
right.
an Instagram page called Costanzagrams?
No.
This is
What?
all Seinfeld.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I follow all the
Highly-
Simpsons related ones, but that's because I have 2 vehicles with Simpsons license plates on them. So,
Right. No, that's understandable. But yeah,
Yeah.
Costanzagrams.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Needs to
Okay.
be. Needs
I
to
will.
be a more
I will
popular
look that
thing.
up.
Give
Yeah.
them a follow.
All right. Well, do we want to get into our guest?
yeah, let's talk to Derek about his.
Don't get into it too much. What did I say?
You wanted to be down here, man. You have the power to end
You
this.
literally asked for this.
Yeah.
Okay, but really though, I mean, we all need to know the car that you're pretty much known for. I mean, we need to hear a little bit more about the Lamborghini Yalpa.
That is pretty awesome.
That's amazing.
It's pretty obscure. Nobody knows about it unless you've heard about it, or unless you're like an aficionado of some sort. But a lot of locals don't even know what it is.
All right, we're gonna-
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get hit with a copyright complaint.
Yeah, we're gonna mute Dave now.
This thing is not going to see the light of
Copy
day.
strike us.
That might not be too bad of a thing.
So a lot of people say it's like you get a Yalpa because you can't get a Countach or something like that. Like is
Pretty
that-
much.
Oh, okay.
All right, cool.
I
Well,
thought I was going to dispel a myth with you there, but
No, I
No,
mean,
he-
obviously the Countach is the big daddy car. The Alpa is a lot like a Gallardo or Huracan of today.
Right.
okay.
You know,
Kind of the baby model.
It's just one of the V8 cars, right? Just nothing.
right? It is the most popular V8 car, but
Okay.
it doesn't say too much.
How many did they
Yeah.
make?
I mean, I guess so.
They made 410
Okay.
over an 8-year span,
Okay.
so
all right.
it's like 50 a year.
And we were
Yeah.
talking about before this episode, but the reason he got a Yalpa is because he couldn't get a Urraco.
Right?
All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
And I thought the Urraco was more obscure, but apparently I am wrong. They made 800 of them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Something like that. I could be wrong. But they only made 21 U.S. market Yuracos. So even though they're
Okay.
less desirable and cheaper than even the Yalpa, they're impossible to find.
Uh-huh.
You have to pretty much know where you're going. But there are a few that have been sitting on eBay and a couple other places for sale for a while. So I mean, if you
What are
want to
those
pay,
sitting around at?
they're about the same.
Okay.
They're low six-figure cars.
Okay.
But up until like 3, 4, 5 years ago, there's $15,000-$20,000 car.
Funny.
So
Funny.
good investment standpoint, but I mean, I'm told that they drive pretty terribly. They have an anemic motor. I mean, a timing belt as opposed to a chain. The majority of the U.S. market cars were overhead cam, but they were only 2-valve cars. So,
Yeah, not an ideal
They
setup.
probably don't take kindly to altitude then.
yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. But I mean, on paper, the Yalpa is a lot better car.
Yeah.
So, and it's a lot of fun to drive too.
Good.
I honestly carry the unpopular opinion that it's a better looking car.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's a great looking car.
I think the Yalpa is a great looking car.
Oh, yeah.
Personally, it's very time period correct design.
Yeah.
It is of an
for
era.
Sure. Yes.
But
Definitely of the era.
yes, but it's fantastic and white on white. I mean, it's a awesome
Oh, yeah.
color combo.
Yeah. So
That's pretty great.
how many flat polished surfaces does this thing have?
Oh yeah, it's pretty much all of them. I mean, like even the leather is like mirror glass. You know. So-
Beautiful.
Yeah. And then what? Okay.
Yes.
There's just something going on at the other end of the
He's
table.
Don't
trying
worry
to
about it.
he's trying to signal that I have something in my teeth, but it's
Yes.
a giant rotting hole between the two teeth.
Okay.
So
I've
it's
got one
not
of
coming
those.
out.
I've got one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, brush your teeth, kids.
yeah, there we go.
And floss.
Yeah. So you got the white Yalpa. You got it from Miami.
Right. Yeah.
Were there any bricks in the car?
Still have not found anything. I still hold hope. There's a lot of places I haven't checked yet. But, it has to be at least even.
It's got to be
just,
something.
Just even remnants of residue.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yes, I knew it. You know.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so far we've been striking out.
Oh well. At least you tried.
So I honestly do not know all the vehicles that you own, although I have
So-
heard of several of them. So you've
So-
got the Challenger,
Yeah.
you've got the Cosmos,
Yeah, it's a Cosmo. Use
Cosmo.
Cosmo.
okay, and then you had a V8 FC. I thought I heard or something.
He had a V8 FC. He has a 10th anniversary FC right now.
Okay.
When I first went over to your house, I think you still had that Lotus Europa.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, that yellow one?
No, it was black.
It was,
Yeah.
it was like
Okay.
a John Player special looking deal.
Yeah.
Oh, rad.
Yep.
Okay.
I am a fan of the Lotuses. Two of my daughters are named after Lotus vehicles. So
That car was terrible.
yes, the Europa was terrible. I'll give you that.
It looks really awesome, but it's
It's just garbage.
It's a Lotus.
you don't want
Yeah.
to own it.
Have you driven any newer Lotuses?
No.
Okay.
So
But you've got what else is in your stable or recently was in your stable? I know you've got your rotary fan or
yeah,
Reformed
As long as
rotary
I've known
fan.
you, you've had something with a rotary in it.
yeah, it's
Mhm.
true.
So
And we've known each other for a long time, probably over a decade, right?
it's been over 10 years, yeah.
So, yeah, I have a 70 GTO 400. That's pretty fun to clean.
Nice.
What else do we got sitting around? Recently sold a 6 hatchback. That was a
Okay.
pretty fun car to build. With
Yeah.
ITVs.
Yeah, that thing was kind of
Nice.
fun. Made all kinds of cool noises.
Yeah. Tons of noises, no power.
Well, you know,
Oh,
that's why you
typical
just
Corolla fare.
that's why you just pump up those rear tires until the point of exploding.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we did.
Yeah.
Actually used the tires that came off of it that were like circa 1990 and not round.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
no.
As the burners.
Ooh.
So on the back,
Nice.
so.
Those are the ones that, when they go, they spray confetti of rubber and
Yeah.
metal belts.
Yes.
It lasted the whole season without blowing.
Oh,
up,
man,
so
that's
it's
crazy.
Wow.
Wow.
So it just doesn't make any power. It was great. I have a couple bikes that I really like. Is my Yamaha FZR 600. So I learned to ride bikes on an old busted up piece of crap FZR way back when I was poor. It was like $700 bike. Had to drive it through the winter because I just didn't have any money for a regular car.
Uphill both ways.
Pretty much, yeah. I was going up to the IMT, the Flash building, whatever that is, Micron building.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going up over the canyon every day as opposed to taking I-15. Mostly because it wasn't registered.
Attaboy.
I had no other choice, and I'm racing through with an open pipe FZR at like 5 a.m.
Nice.
So
Well, and that was back in the day when that was still just a neighborhood.
yeah, it was
not
just
a
an empty
main-
road now.
It's not a
yeah,
main
so-
thoroughfare or anything.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I really loved that bike, but it was a piece of junk, so I ended up getting rid of it. So I found a replacement, and super low miles, like 3,000 miles on it.
Sick.
So don't ride it too much. Carbs suck. And then the Norton F1 probably is a bike I've lusted after for over a decade. And so I finally got an opportunity to pick that one up last summer, and so I had to jump on it. And I've had a lot of fun with that bike. So I've actually put more miles on that bike in the 8-9 months that I've owned it than the 5-6 years that I've owned the FZR.
Oh, cool.
So
Super sick. And it was the Norton what? It's a
the F1 rotary
Okay.
rotary 588cc rotary.
Nice.
It's awesome.
So
makes good noises.
yeah,
Makes very good noises.
super rare. Never brought to the U.S. Some guy in Vegas imported it. I think they made like 250 of them or so.
Wow.
So
Super cool.
All right.
yeah, so
Nice little collection.
Yeah.
But you are currently in the process of trying to get a Countach, or not in pursuit of, not necessarily you're buying one next week, but
oh yeah, you know
it's the next one on the list.
yeah. There's always I'm a pretty goal oriented guy, so I have to set a goal, or I'd feel like life is meaningless, and I mean ultimately it is. But so I don't want to get like a nihilist on you guys. But anyways,
I mean, you can't take it with you, but it could be a damn good reason of why you die.
Yeah.
right. So I mean everybody's childhood dream or goal is a Lamborghini, and when I was in pursuit of that car, like I don't care as long as it has a Lamborghini badge on it, I'm happy with it. I was going after a Urraco because it was cheap. I got the opportunity to get the Yalpa, but then I started getting into the brand and realizing what things were, and meeting different people, and I started getting more and more exposure to the brand, and I was like, man, this is really awesome. And as great as a Miura is, I really feel like the Countach is where they really shine, and that's just the epitome of a sports car in my mind. I like things from the 80s and the early 90s, and so I missed my opportunity, I think. Hopefully I get it again. But, I mean, they were, even a few years ago, $100,000 tops,
Right.
and now they're all $400,000, $500,000, $600,000, $1 million
crazy.
for the
Yeah.
LP400.
Yeah.
So, good news, though, is last week, one went up for auction with a no sale, sorry, for $220,000. And so hopefully that's a show in the market that they're going soft again. And if that happens, I mean, liquidate the collection, pick up one car, stick it in the garage, and enjoy it.
It's awesome.
So it just takes a lot of, what am I trying to say? A lot of conviction to be able to sell all my beloved belongings to pick up one car. That's
But it's-
probably
it's
I mean,
quite
if-
the car, though.
If that's the
Yeah.
mecca, if that's
Yeah.
the goal,
Yeah, it's-
then it should be easy.
it is if they're nice, but if they're
Okay,
if
that's
they're
fair.
bad,
That's
they're
fair.
terrible.
That's fair.
So
But the Yalpa, since you've picked it up, has been appreciating, so that helps your case too. If you're,
yeah, quite a bit. So
yeah.
that's a really nice car to just sit back and in the back of your mind, if I ever get in any trouble, I have a bailout. I have a get out of jail free card. So that's pretty great.
Oh, or a get into jail free card.
Yeah, there you
If
go.
the cop finds that brick of coke
Yeah.
that you couldn't.
Yeah, that'd be terrible.
Think you're smart, boy, and he just opens some secret compartment you didn't know existed.
There's just some trap in there.
Oh man!
Bring on the drug sniffing dog. We got a white on white Yalpa here.
Exactly.
So how long did you know this was in here? I don't know, probably since the mid-'80s.
Taste it, it's probably stale.
Can I get a picture of this real quick? I've been looking for this for so long.
The officer could have a cold and he'd still be like walking up to the car. Sir, I'm smelling the presence of drugs and alcohol. Could you step out of the vehicle, please?
Yeah.
Hopefully that never happens, but
Right.
I
I
wouldn't
imagine
be
you don't.
surprised.
You probably don't get hassled in that car.
oh no, I've never.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've calmed down, but you know me for a long time, and I used to always be in trouble
You
with
used
the
to
law.
be like crazy.
And I haven't been pulled over for years and years and years now, so it's a pretty good blessing.
Oh man. Well, that's good. That's good.
I don't think the law enforcement know enough about that vehicle to know that it's worth pulling over.
I did have a Midvale cop follow me to get breakfast one day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he pulled into the parking lot and everything. I was like, oh, I'm done. And I jumped out of the car, and I think it's because my son was with me. He's 11 years old. And I think because my son jumped out, I was like, oh, I'm going to leave that guy alone. And he just kind of stared at me for a minute and then drove off. So I was like, this is it. He's got me. I don't know for what, but he's going to light me up. But
Word. I
It's
don't
like
know.
I pulled you over for tint. I don't have tint. Front plate.
yeah, something.
Just start going through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No joke. All right. And on the ticket here, it says 87 Pontiac Fiero. What the?
What?
Oh man,
Why'd I get a ticket in a Fiero? I'm driving a legit Lamborghini. This ain't no kit car bullshit.
cop just wanted to drag you for a while. He's like, yeah,
Let's
pulled
ruin this guy's day.
Pulled over some dude in a Fiero.
Man.
That is a question I get a lot in that car.
Is it a kit car?
Yeah, is it a kit car? I actually found a guy in a Testarossa, and I don't know too much about Ferraris, but it looked pretty legit. So we were kind of cruising, like giving each other thumbs up and everything. We ended up stopping somewhere and chatting, and he's like, "Oh, so what's your kit car built out of?" I'm like, "Oh,
It's not.
some weird guy in Italy made it. I don't know. I got to go home though. I'll see you later." So,
Some weird guy in Italy.
You know, some
The guy that
dude.
put together the rest of them that were on
Yeah.
the posters that you
Yeah.
had on your wall. That's terrible.
That's yeah.
That's just perfect, though.
Let's see. Hey,
But-
some people asked you some questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dave, where are you looking?
I'm looking at UJCC right now.
All right, you start firing off those. I think we got a couple on the actual cam page.
Okay. So some of these I think are tongue in cheek, but
You know.
Jacob Bastian, he's another one of our faithful listeners. Shout out to you, Jake. Says, Derek, how does one become a baller?
stay in cool school, kids.
Stay in school.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. At Benjamin Corwin Allred, Derek, how does one embrace the way of the Doritos?
Lots of patience,
Eh.
trial and error.
Yeah.
You burn a lot of money real quick.
Yeah, see also baller status. Brad Clausen wants to know, why don't you drag race your Yalpa?
Who wants to see an 18-second Lamborghini?
Yeah. I mean, I would, but
It makes a lot of cool noises, but it doesn't
Yeah.
go anywhere.
for sure. Ben Lee, of course, had to ask the question, how much cocaine was hidden in the Lambo when you bought it?
Unfortunately,
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know yet. That's something that should not be disclosed.
To
over
be
the air.
determined.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea how much was in it, but my gums are numb.
can't feel your face.
No, Ben Allred asks a pretty good question, though. And I know you've had a pretty storied automotive collection in the last decade or so that I've known you, so I'll actually be surprised to hear the answer on this one. But he says, out of all the cars you've bought and sold, which one do you regret getting rid of the most?
Yeah, I saw that question. I had to think about it. But probably my competition FC, you know.
I mean, I remember back when that thing was white and black on cool wheels, and
Yeah, I mean, it started out as a two-rotor, and I drove a few years, and it was a great car. Then I decided that Brandon Whitnick was probably 2 years into his Pro-Am attempt at that time, and I was like, I gotta go do this, but 200 horsepower isn't gonna cut it. So saved every penny I had, sleeping in my brother's basement and an unfinished basement on an old futon mattress to build a three-rotor out of that car.
So kind of like the environment you're in now.
Yeah, pretty much
Okay,
this, but I
yeah.
slept in the corner where nobody sweeps it up.
Oh, okay.
And, I was able,
Nice.
I threw a lot of money on that car. And I was like, okay, we got it, I'm really stoked about it. And we had a lot of issues with the engine and the program and things like that. So I said, screw it, we'll throw a V8 in there. And that pretty much killed the car. As soon as I pulled the three-rotor out and put a V8 in there, I just lost all interest in it.
Huh.
And I shouldn't have done that. And a lot of people tout the V8, and it's a smart decision, but it just, for whatever reason for me, I just could not will myself to work on that vehicle after I put the V8 in it.
Hey, it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
I can admit
so
that.
If it doesn't spin 9,000 RPM and isn't 1.5 liters, I don't care.
That's fair. That's fair.
If it's not the size of a basketball and has the density of a dying star, it's not worth it, man.
If you don't smell like you just mowed your lawn every time you go to the gas station.
Awesome.
So what do you fill that thing with? Premix.
I cannot tell you the number of times I have been hassled by people at gas stations when I pre-mixed my last couple of rotaries. That's good stuff. Well, that was it for UJCC.
Yeah, we got answers to the question of the week on the Cam page. But I do have a couple for you from the Drift Utah crew.
Oh,
we kind of touched on this. Jordan Collier, he asked 2 questions. One, how sad are you about selling that V8 FC?
I'm not sad about selling it. Like I said, I'm sad about swapping it.
Yeah.
Because it was my car. I built it. It was great. But, selling it, I happily took the money, and I don't really think about it too much at that point.
Yeah. And then he also asks, how is your RC plane that he flew into the ground because Jordan can't throw?
All my RC planes are doing great. I fly them quite a bit, and I wish he'd come flying with me.
Yeah, well, we wish Jordan would come out and do more stuff, but alas, we'll take what little we can get of him and his adorable little dog.
Indeed.
Yep.
I don't know. Does Jordan even listen to this podcast?
I don't know, but I can tell you some people who do.
Oh.
Yeah, so the question of the week was a bit of market research on our end.
Yeah.
Because we're curious and we're trying to get better, or at least, be 1% less worse than we were the day before. And, so we asked you if you listen to other automotive podcasts and,
Which, I mean, don't lie, you do.
Yeah, and what do you like about them? And, so let's see, Jake Bastian says he only listens to the CAMcast.
Woot.
Yeah.
Ass kisser.
Yeah.
No elected
He's asking for a coupon code.
He really is. Scott Michael Chamberlain literally only listens to us, which I think is very disturbing.
Also shenanigans.
On so many levels.
I know for a fact he doesn't.
Yeah, no, he's...
I don't know for a fact.
No, but I've got a strong suspicion. Yep, and then actually on the Cam proper page, Evil Trent chimes in.
Trent Nathan Tanner.
Yep, Trent Nathan Tanner. Shout out to him. Hope to see him back out at the track after the birth of his child. Let's see. I listen to a lot of automotive podcasts due to working out of my truck. Most of the time I'm looking for news or opinion pieces, mainly in the realm of racing. I do like to listen to other things for more entertainment purposes. So he's wading into the waters to get information. Dicey proposition.
He didn't say who else he listens to?
No, but... I'm sure...
He said a lot.
I'm sure I'm going to hear about it on Thursday morning.
Probably.
So, Trent, I eagerly await your message. And then Brandon Kuhn says, I used to listen to Adam Carolla on the CarCast, but fell away a while ago. I did like him going under the hood on guest cars, though. I could use some new car shows for after the CAMcast. So, no.
I was just about to plug Expedition of Speed.
Yeah, that's not a podcast. That is a show.
No, it's a show.
Well,
he said car show, but yeah.
That is a visual medium.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you could listen to it in the background.
You could.
Yeah.
I mean...
Oh my god, this is so great.
Just like that.
Just a preview right there.
There it is.
Yes.
That's what you're getting, people.
That's the Lotus Elise.
Autistic Lotus screeching intensifies.
Ooh.
Autistic Toyota screeching.
Damn.
There we go.
Because 1.8.
I'm sure Toyota on more than one occasion was like, hey, you know what, guys? If we made this cool MR chassis with this really cool motor in it, I bet we could sell a lot. And then the ghost of Colin Chapman shows up and he says, hey, guys, you remember that little piece of paper you signed?
It's like an episode of the Venture Brothers, except not as funny.
Yes. Well, I mean, it does involve Colin Chapman, so.
Yeah.
Except more sad.
A ghost coming in and making a contract claim. Well, I'm glad that you listen to us and that we appear to be the only podcast that you listen to.
We appreciate it.
Yes, we very much appreciate it.
Yeah. But also, it's not necessarily helping us get any better.
Branch out, kids.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any better than this.
I mean,
we are the pinnacle.
we are the number one automotive podcast in the world.
to us.
Don't look at the numbers. Don't look it up. Don't Google that.
I mean,
Fake news.
I also listen to the Maximum Driftcast.
Yes,
but it's
so-
because I'm a Drift fan.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, you do too.
Yeah.
So
I've actually, talked to Corey, Paco, and Grandpa Sam on several occasions about different stuff. But,
yeah, yeah. No, Paco and Corey, I've talked to both as well.
Yeah.
And so they're cool dudes.
Yeah. And, I also listen to Everyday Driver.
I catch them here and there.
Yeah. Midweek Motorsport's another one where I used to get a lot of the news for this podcast. So
Now we just do shady things to get news.
yeah.
Now I actually contribute to the agenda, so you have news to talk about.
Yes. No, but I mean, I used to get far more racing news because they are, it's midweek motorsport. So,
Right.
And they tend to talk about stuff that, only gets a passing mention on a lot of U.S. stuff.
Mhm.
So, but,
So what else do you listen to, Mike? You used to listen to Midweek Motorsport,
I
Maximum
don't.
Driftcast.
I don't listen to Midweek Motorsport anymore because it's like a 2-hour-long episode, and I listen.
So like we used to be.
Yeah, like we used to be, except they actually had things that we are desperately lacking. Like production,
Structure?
structure, production, voiceover, stuff like that.
Oh,
Yeah, no, they have legit voiceover stuff. It's great.
Things that we should look
yes,
into.
Dave.
Well,
we talked about recording something.
we'll talk about some of that stuff off air.
The views and opinions expressed here on the CAMcast do not necessarily reflect Cam Automag.
Yeah, but I listened to Maximum Driftcast. WTF1 started doing a podcast, which I think is more of they just record themselves talking about something for about an hour and then just release the audio as a podcast. But it works.
I almost feel like we should do that.
I mean,
Go ahead and drop us a line, mailbag at camautomag.com
Listen,
or at camautomag on all various social medias.
Don't go dad on us here.
Mailcam at
Mailcam at
autobag.netscape.
yeah.
internet.thing/camautomag.
CDOS run. Run DOS run. Yay, computer jokes.
Fucking nerds.
But yeah, I mean, most of the stuff I listen to throughout a given week is more like
Right.
not car stuff.
All fantasy, everything.
All fantasy, everything.
AFE is hilarious.
That's
you
good
turned me
stuff.
on to that one, and I love it.
Yeah, listen to that stuff you missed in history class. Stuff they don't want you to know. That's another good one. Gavin, were you giving?
No, I was just gonna say, is that when you put on your tinfoil hat?
No.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
He's got those too, but
Okay.
And there was a Yacht Rock.
Oh yeah, Beyond Yacht Rock.
Yeah,
God,
they
yes.
finally came back after like a 6-month hiatus.
Oh yeah,
Thank God.
Yes. So
I'm okay with it.
yeah, I listened to the Dan Levitard show with Stu Gotts, just the best of podcast. So they cut down the 3-hour radio show into like an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah. Then kind of boring stuff like Planet Money because I find that stuff interesting.
What's that one about?
So it's a
Money?
No, well,
you don't
not
say.
Yeah.
not just money. It's a podcast from NPR, so they do talk about like different money stuff or like how some of these retaliatory tariffs that people are hitting different countries with. Sometimes they're actually completely meaningless. Like I can't remember. Like China put a tariff on us for something that we don't export. Like
That's interesting.
Yeah, they put a tariff on exports of like some random fruit that we don't export, and
We're like,
and never
okay.
have, and never have. Well, and we've done the like we did the big thing, like steel and aluminum from them, but then we also hit them with a tariff of stuff that they don't export.
In case you ever want to export that fruit, damn
yes.
Yeah, like in case
We're looking into the future.
exactly, just weird stuff. But yeah,
Gavin, what are you?
it. Yeah,
Are you listening to?
yeah. Now that you're driving around in a car quite a bit,
Yeah, I've been listening to more music in the car, but I listen to stuff before I go to sleep.
Let me guess, it's Dave Grohl involved.
Today I was listening to a lot of Greaves, actually.
Okay,
a
that's
lot
good,
more
that's
like hip hop and stuff.
Attaboy.
He's trying to get all thuggy thug on us.
Boy, no podcast related stuff though. I've always been a fan of Wait, Don't Tell Me.
that's
And
it.
so,
Yeah,
so they, radio show. They've been going forever, but
yeah.
they have a podcast, or they just put it on Google Play. I I listen to the H3 podcast from time to time.
Yeah.
Kind of staying relevant with all the internet shit that happens. See, who else am I listening to? Here, let me bring up my Google Play.
Well, while you're doing that, real quick, also listen to Geek Show.
Hey, all right, Geek Show says hey.
Yep. Yeah, they are kind of the reason why our intro is like it is, because that was how their intro was for the longest time.
Okay.
Anyway.
Does anybody listen to the Let's Go Eat podcast that
Bill Allred does?
Bill does? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
Okay, What the Fuck with Mark Maron.
Okay.
Good Times with Steve Simone. Steve Simone is a stand-up comedian that is always about, like, positivity. Like, he doesn't, like, curse because he's, like, religious or, like, you know, it's above it or whatever. He just, like, throws back to, like, good times and,
He's
like,
just a
innocent
good
times.
guy.
He's just a generally good guy. Star Talk
Oh, that's a
with
good
Neil
one.
deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
Black Science Man.
Yes. And then Radio Lab is really good, too, actually.
Yeah?
They're more of, like, an auditory experience.
Yeah. Another good one that I'm listening to, 99% Invisible.
Don't know it.
It's all about, like, the hidden design elements that are in the world. Yeah. Like,
Interesting.
it's really cool stuff. Like, the last episode was about, there's this company, I think, like, Enesco or something. They started making this chair for the Navy in World War II. And then they just kind of kept making it. And they went, like, there's a 75-step process to make this aluminum chair.
Oh,
Weird.
okay.
Yeah, and they talked about that, and they talked to the owner of the company about the knockoff chairs, quote unquote. These chairs that don't cost $550.
Oh,
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Former Navy surplus now runs you $550.
Ooh.
Yep.
Let's see. And then I have Jim Jeffries on here, but I don't really listen to him.
Yeah.
And then You Made It Weird by Pete Holmes. Yes.
Very good, very good.
Pete Holmes is great. But yeah, I mostly listen to Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, Radio Lab, and Mark Maron.
Nice.
Mostly.
Do you listen to us? Are you one of those narcissistic assholes that likes to listen
I'll
to
listen
yourself
to
on the
us when
radio?
I'm not there for that episode. So
Oh,
there have been a
okay.
few times where I'm just like, hey, I need to catch up on shit. But like, but I don't really listen to me because I don't like my own voice.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
which is going to make
Yeah.
this presenting thing really difficult.
Yeah, it's okay. You get used to it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, don't worry. You get over that hatred real quick.
I'm sure.
I've only been editing this podcast for 2 years now.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah. So
Never gets old hearing yourself talk.
I used to cringe at the sound of my own voice, but now I'm quite used to it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But that's what's on my playlist.
Those.
yeah.
what do you got, Dave?
I actually don't have a playlist for my podcasts. I
Mm.
just randomly pick and choose.
Okay.
I thought, oh, that looks good.
If you want like good storytelling, I would have to recommend Radio Lab.
Yeah.
Because they'll just
I'll
go
check it
all
out.
over the place with topics and just as an auditory
Yeah.
experience. They're a favorite of mine for sure.
There's another good one I used to listen to, but they stopped doing it. Was the Blacklist Table Reads. So yeah, there's this website, the Blacklist, which all these picked up scripts for different Hollywood movies. That's where they wind up, and they used to do table reads of some of the movies, and they were
Interesting.
like with actual like audio production in the background. It was really
okay.
cool. So
That's cool.
if you can still find those were great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
What about you, Derek? Where you?
Yeah, you're an engineer.
podcasting
You got a
too?
desk job, so you probably listen to stuff all the time.
Podcast.
If it's not a Pandora, I just watched YouTube.
Well,
Okay, well,
no,
that's
that
fair.
works.
So-
Fair. That's
Hey.
fair.
So we got a lot going on, so I just throw YouTube up on the side and
All right.
just let it go.
White noise.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
So automotive related for me, I think I mainly listen to two, and one's fairly new. I listen to Behind the Glass, which is from the YouTube channel Seen Through Glass. He does a podcast.
Oh, yeah. You've
He's an
mentioned that
interesting
one
fellow,
before.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then also a recent one is Throttle Dogs, which is C.J. Wilson, the
Oh, yeah.
former
Yeah.
MLB pitcher,
Yeah.
and Carnut, and his friend Rich Haw, who's a heart surgeon, but
Yeah.
has a 675 LT 911 50th anniversary and a
Nice.
GT3 on the
Ooh,
way. And
Goodness.
Ooh.
Nice.
It's always fun hearing C.J. Wilson talk about picking up his McLaren P1 and
Yeah.
in Dallas and
You
being
sound like
oh, I'm
Gavin's
good.
kind of people.
He has the iridescent one, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has the. He said
It's
the
like
color. It's
purple
really weird.
and orange
Yeah.
and blue and green.
It's
and
like
With gold
1996
wheels, yeah.
Mustang.
Huh?
Like 1996 Mustang.
It is not Chrome Illusion,
Wow.
but it is similar.
I was told it was the
Damn.
most photographed car in the world or some shit.
Yeah,
Like
but
the single most photographed car.
he talked about picking it up. Him and his wife, went and picked it up in Dallas, and he lived in L.A. at the time. And the people, when he went and did the paperwork, they're like, "Okay, well, when is the transport truck coming?" It's like, "What are you talking about? I'm driving this back."
This is a car. Why would I get another vehicle involved?
Another reason why I would be dangerous with money.
Right.
Yeah.
And he took it to the Grand Canyon, did a photo shoot there, and took it back to L.A. And he's got quite the collection of vehicles.
Yeah.
And he drives them, and it's fun to hear
And
his
also-
experiences.
And also a race team.
Yes, also a race team and multiple dealerships as
Yeah.
well. And yeah, he's a pretty interesting guy. So
Yeah.
they just barely started this podcast probably like 3 months ago, but
Nice.
it's been one I don't miss an episode.
Nice.
Sweet.
But outside of cars, it's mainly entrepreneurial, personal development type stuff, like the MFCEO project and Gary Vee and those kind of things.
I bet you watch the Joe Rogan Experience.
I do not actually.
You should.
I saw a few people put that on our page.
I'm surprised you followed Gary Vee.
Yeah, I love Gary Vee.
Yeah.
I've followed him for years.
up off your ass and fucking do shit, man. Every
That's
quote
that's
by Gary
most-
Vee ever.
You need that reminder every once in a
That's,
while.
that's
You do.
mostly why I'm surprised you follow him. The vulgarity on his channel.
Well, you think that's bad? Listen to the MFCEO project.
Yeah?
Does
Okay.
MF stand for?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Nice.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Another honorable mention, because they do kind of seasonal things. Dinner with Racers.
Oh, yeah.
You have
mentioned
referenced their
before,
podcast
yeah.
a few times.
Yeah. Friend
Okay.
of the program, legitimate friend of our little program, Ryan Eversley.
Yeah.
Actual race car driver.
Yeah.
And the bad boy of Pro-Am Sports Car PR, Sean Heckman.
Mm-hmm.
They used to do some crazy-ass, 30-day road trip across the country to, record,
Yeah.
talk to different people. And by the end, it would drive them insane. But then they would always have some, running joke throughout the season, did you know Spencer Pompelli killed a guy?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
They had
Yeah.
Dario Franchitti driving them around one time. Yeah, but now they're doing it in a more tolerable way where they're not going to try and kill each other. But that's a good one. Each episode's hour and a half, 2 hours long. But you just get to talk to some very interesting people.
Sounds like it.
Get to hear some really, really hilarious stories.
All right.
Yeah. Lately it's been a lot of crazy-ass Bobby Unser stories. So, yeah. Those are the old-time IndyCar guy. You should listen to some of those, because they're pretty hilarious.
Right on.
Well, there was one, he had a pickup line. Well, not a line, but so he would go for the month of May in Indianapolis, he would go to a grocery store, and he would get a turkey. But everybody knew he was staying at a hotel, and he couldn't do nothing with the turkey. So he would just go up to some random woman there and be like, I got this turkey, but I can't cook it in my hotel room. Would you mind if I came over and cooked it at your house? And some other
Nice.
things. Yep. And then he would go and do his thing.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
And then have turkey.
yeah.
There's literally not a downside to this.
Yeah.
The man is brilliant.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be here for a few hours. Mind if I take a shower?
Yeah.
The bird's in the oven. I'm going
That
to
would-
go ahead and make use of your facilities.
Yeah, that would be,
Amazing.
Willie T. Ribs, that is another amazing episode just to listen to the story of him, being, an African-American driver in sports car racing and hearing yet more stories about how, Jack Roush is 10 kinds of a dick. But also his stories of him out on the prowl with Bobby Unser and some of these other drivers. And then hearing how much he got paid to drive IMSA, back in the day. $500,000.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Mazda offered him a contract. He's like, I'll do it for $250,000. Like, okay, sure. There you go. For one season.
Wow.
Yeah,
Which back then was buku bucks.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
That
but
must be nice.
yeah, you just get to hear all these crazy stories from, different eras and from different people. Like how Dr. Jerry Punch wrote Days of Thunder. That's a fun one. But yeah, that's another great honorable mention. They drop episodes every now and again, so.
But the beauty of this whole thing of throwing out all these automotive podcasts that we listen to, now people have a reason not to listen to us, so that's great. And we've done our job.
No,
Giving a lot of other podcasts free advertising. So
This
cool.
view count's going to be in the high double digits, and then next week it's going to be 7.
Yeah, flatline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry. Lately, our stats have been really wonky lately. So
Okay, well.
Don't be surprised.
Is that Libsyn screwing up, or is that just people being weird?
I think it's just people being weird.
People
Okay.
generally are weird.
All right, I'll take it.
So
randomly one day last week, like not when an episode comes out, we had hit 3 times as many downloads as we usually do on and off. Well,
Okay.
yeah, like
We'll take it.
yeah, I'm not going
Yeah.
to say no, but whatever. Yep, I think we have.
Yeah, but we would. Anything else? We've talked a lot, but anything else you want to throw out there, Derek? That we haven't covered. What about you?
There's nothing really you guys need to know about me.
You're just mysterious.
Yeah, just
I just like to live life and
Yeah.
do what I can and enjoy things that typically people don't find enjoyable. But
Like RX-7s.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And weird, obscure vehicles that
Old
nobody's
Lambos.
ever heard of. And,
Hey,
Exactly.
exactly.
Old Lambos.
But yeah, I just want to say thanks for inviting me out here, and I think you guys do a good job with what you do, and it's a lot of fun to do this. So
Thank you.
You're
Cool.
already on the show. You don't have to kiss up to us now. Like,
Well,
But we will have you back as a
Yes,
result of your
yes,
asking.
absolutely.
Yes.
Well, thanks for coming.
we do appreciate
that.
you. Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
guys. Yeah. So
Yes, and we appreciate all of you out there listening to this fine podcast.
exactly. You
Yeah.
can get us on all of our various social medias. We're at CamAutomag at all of them.
Mm-hmm.
You can write to us at mailbag@camautomag.com.
Yep.
And find us wherever you get your podcasts.
Yep, Apple Podcasts, Google Play. We are on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
Just open up your podcast thing and search Cam Automag or CAMcast, and we should pop up.
We're right there.
Yeah, we'd love it if you subscribe to us if you haven't already.
Please rate.
Yeah, rate and review us. 5 stars preferred, but we'll take whatever.
Anything less requires a description.
I mean, we're gonna call you a hater if you give us 4 or below. Just know that.
Yep.
Yeah, and share this podcast with your friends. Odds are if you like it, they'll probably like it too.
Mm-hmm.
You
You can't be the only car guy in your circle of friends.
I mean, you could be, but I
But
like
it's not
to,
likely.
I used to be that.
I like to think we're fairly entertaining for the like
The general masses probably are okay with us.
Common
know.
folk.
yeah, we're not we're not terrible anymore. We're not just doing deep dives on racing stuff. We actually talked about stuff.
Yes.
Consumer-
We are officially known as the Tangent Podcast.
Yes.
Oh, good. We should
Yeah.
start marketing that.
Yes. Tangents on tangents, baby.
Yeah.
Have like a
Tangentception.
tangent like in geometry.
Yeah, just as many tangents so we could possibly get on the graph.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Tangential relation is a good thing.
Yep.
Indeed.
I like it. All right, guys. Well, until next week, I have been Mike.
I've been Gavin.
I've been Professor Dave.
I've been Trent.
I'm Derek. Sorry.
Hi, Derek.
Hi guys.
It's all right.
So when do we
Derek.
start this thing?
My name's
Just
Jeff.
in unison. Hi, Derek.
How long? How many days have you been sober?
3. Well, it just reminds me of a time when Bobby Fritz and I were driving around in his Trans Am. He had an 81 Trans Am that we so lovingly called Tammy. Tammy the TA. She's all white with a black front fender. We called it the black eye.
No,
Because she done been told twice.
God damn.
That's how it is when you're living that single wide life.
It's true.
Fuck.
And this car was definitely very, very single whitey.
Oh God.
Anywho,
Ding, 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 ding.
because it was a
ding.
Trans Am and because there was a
No, less
There were-
dueling banjos. More Black Betty.
just a good old boy,
Yeah.
ain't a meanin' no harm.
A lot of people who really relate to Merle.
Them Duke boys is in a whole heap of trouble again in Hazard County.
No, it's not a.
But Bobby had a CD player in what was left of the
Doesn't
center
matter.
console,
They'll rock out to it.
and we decided we were going to be smartasses and burn 18 tracks of Jerry Reed's Eastbound and Down onto one CD.
Of course you would.
And even better, it was one of those little novelty CDs that looked like a record.
Oh, that's perfect.
Amazing.
So we popped it into the deck, right? We just started driving. We were just going somewhere on a Saturday. We got to about track 6 before the entire CD player went out the T-tops at freeway speeds.
Oh, God.
We grabbed the deck, pulled what was left of the mounting tabs with it. The wiring came with it, and it went out the T-tops.